State Senator Greg Tarver is here. Hey, Mr. Greg, welcome back to KEEL. How you doing today?
Doing wonderful.
Senator Tarver, Shante Wells has withdrawn from the race in District 39, but in the process says this is more Greg Tarver tactics of bullying and intimidation. He expects nothing less of you.
Are you a bully? Are you an intimidator?
Well, I'm neither one. He did not say this when he asked me to help him get business in the community as being a lawyer. He didn't think I was a bully then. He moved out of the district and by telling people and falsified an application. And a man of the law should know he should not falsify an application. And he was in violation of the law. And if he can say anything he'd like to say. That's his prerogative. But that don't make it true.
Is it interesting to you that he says these are typical Greg Tarver tactics of bullying and intimidating as he withdraws from the race?
Well, you know, he sounds like somebody else I know. I won't name that individual that made the same type of statement. But that don't make it true.
Could you give us a hint?
Oh, no, I'm not going to give you
Start with
hint.
a B and end with an N?
Well, I won't say that, but the young man made a mistake. He lied on the application. He's a lawyer. He's an officer of the court, and he falsified. He tried to deceive the voters in District 39, and that's not right and not fair.
So
he's out of the race. So he's really someone that I really should not be even talking about right now.
So Ms. Norton has countersued you. Is there a difference between what you are suing her about, i.e. not being a legitimate resident of the district, and what she's suing you about? Or I know I'm kind of splitting hairs, but is that the case?
I don't know what she's suing me about. I'm suing her because she says she lived at one place and she lived at another. If she lives on McAlpine, she's living with a sex offender. If that's what she want to do, that's her prerogative also. But at the same time, she do not live on McAlpine. She live on Spyglass.
The hearing on that case is this morning. She says, and I'm quoting her now, with regard to you voting in the mayor's race in Shreveport and listing an address on Pier Avenue. She says, quote, "You cannot have a business address for a residence. At this particular time, he's claiming the address he's living in is a business." Your reaction to that?
Well, let me say this to you. I was raised up as an undertaker. I lived in the mortuary for approximately 15 years, and I worked at the mortuary. We have living quarters at the mortuary. You can do both. Many people in business have an address at their business and also live there.
When's the last time you slept at the mortuary?
I slept at the mortuary. Once in a while, I'd go over there. And let me be honest with you. Once in a while, I sleep in a casket.
Greg Tarver, you do not sleep in a casket.
Once in a while, I do sleep in a casket.
When you're drunk?
No, I don't. I don't get drunk. But I do sleep in the casket once in a while.
What on earth for?
Erin was referring to herself about getting drunk to have to sleep in a casket.
Wait a minute. Wait, you took this up. Why are you sleeping in a casket?
Because I enjoy it. I've been doing it all my life.
Oh, you're a freak now. Now we know you're a freak.
Wait. This is a state senator you've got on the phone.
No, that's not a freak. No, I just sleep in the casket.
Greg, I don't know anyone else that I've ever known in my life that wanted to go sleep in a casket.
Let me say this to you. When I worked at the mortuary at noon, once in a while, I slept in a casket. And there's nothing wrong with it. A casket is just as comfortable. No, it's not. A casket is just as comfortable as a bed.
See, that was going to be my next question. If, say, for example, you had a choice between a Sleep Number bed and a Greg Tarver casket, which way would you go?
I would love a casket.
Okay, you're strange now. Now you're strange.
No, not strange. I've been an undertaker all my life. A casket is nothing but a bed.
When's the last time Greg Tarver slept on anything at Pier Avenue?
About 4 years ago, I slept at the mortuary. About 2 months ago, I slept at my office because I'm a workaholic. I work all the time. I work at 1 o'clock in the morning. I work at 2 o'clock in the morning. I get up. I'm a workaholic.
Attempting to rein this conversation back in just a little bit, I would imagine, though there have been criticisms of you for maintaining two residences, as it were, the Cross Lake residence, the Pier Avenue business residence, from which you vote in the Shreveport mayoral election and other Shreveport elections. I would assume at some point you checked into the legality of that. You checked with your lawyer. You're a politician. You know most of the rules. It's okay to do that, right? I mean, you know that for a fact.
Well, let me say this to you. The law has nothing to do with residence. It's basically domicile. I have a domicile at 2062 North Cross Drive. I've had that domicile since 1988. I have a mailing address at 1024 P Avenue, and I vote at 1024 P Avenue. I do not have a homestead exemption in this parish. I can vote at any place I choose in the district. I live in the district. I'm domiciled in the district. And by the way, you have to be domiciled for a year. That's her problem. She have not been domiciled in this district for a year. She lived on Spyglass for 2.5 years, just like Wales.
What do you expect in that hearing? What do you expect in that hearing today at 9:30? We got our last 30 seconds or so to go.
Well, I expect, number one, for everyone to tell the truth, to look at the facts, and the judge don't look at the total facts before he make a decision.
Senator Greg Tarver, thanks for your time this morning, sir.
But anytime you want to come by and sleep in the casket.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell yes. A pleasure, Mr. Greg. We'll talk to you soon. Happy napping.
Thank you.
101.7 FM, 710 KEEL. That went...
Boy, that went south.
I was going to say off the rails.